Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the financial jargon so you don't have to. Today we're diving into Sun Communities Inc. with a report that just dropped. Get ready because it seems like Sun Communities decided to give investors a peek behind the curtain, and we're going to see what's really going on in that sunny business. Before we jump in, if you like getting these clear, no-nonsense breakdowns of company filings, hit that subscribe button. And hey, we've got a lively community over on Discord where we discuss these things in real time. Link in the description below. So what we have here is a current report, basically a quick update from Sun Communities filed on September 3rd, 2025. The really interesting part of this filing is that it's giving us a heads up about an investor presentation they're releasing. Think of it like a trailer for a movie, giving us a glimpse of the main event. This document tells us they're attaching an investor presentation labeled Exhibit 99.1, and it's going to hit the public on September 3rd, 2025, the same day this report is filed. They're also going to post it on their website. This is pretty standard practice, but it means the real meat of what they want to share with investors is in that presentation. This report itself is more of the notification that the presentation is coming. It's like saying, hey, we've got something important to show you soon, and here's the official word that it's happening. The main purpose of this filing under item 7.1 is regulation FT disclosure. This is all about making sure important information is shared with everyone at the same time, so no one gets an unfair advantage. By filing this, they're telling the world we're about to share some new info with our investors. Now they're being a bit careful here. They say the information is being furnished, not filed. This is a legal distinction. It means they're providing it, but they're not making any promises about its future accuracy or saying it's a formal part of their official filings for legal liability purposes. At least not in the same way as, say, their main financial reports like a 10K or 10Q. It's like saying video some info, but we're not baking it into our legally binding financial statements just yet. A big chunk of this report is dedicated to what they call forward-looking statements. This is really important. These are statements about what they expect to happen, their plans, hopes, and predictions for the future. Think things like we anticipate growth or our strategy aims to achieve X. Companies include these to give investors a sense of direction. However, they also have to include a big warning that these are just predictions and things could turn out very differently. They're saying, this is what we think will happen, but don't sue us if it doesn't. And that leads us to the risks. They've listed a whole bunch of potential bumps in the road. For instance, they're worried about their ability to get new loans or to renew existing ones when they come due. This is crucial because companies often rely on debt to fund their operations and growth. If they can't get financing, it can really slow things down. They're also concerned about rising interest rates and higher operating costs. Imagine if your mortgage payment suddenly went up and at the same time your property taxes and insurance bills jumped. That would eat into your savings, right? It's the same for a company like Sun Communities. Higher interest rates mean more money spent paying off loans, and higher operating costs mean less profit from their actual business. Insurance and property taxes are big expenses for real estate companies. Here's something a bit more human. They mention their plan for who will take over as CEO. Leadership changes can be a big deal. If the new leader doesn't have the same vision or ability to execute the company's strategy, it could really shake things up. So they're flagging this as a potential risk. This is quite specific to their business model. Sun Communities provides housing, often manufactured homes. If the people who want to buy or rent these homes can't get loans to do so, then the demand for Sun Communities properties will drop. It's like trying to sell cars when no one can get car loans. And then we have the big broad economic stuff. They're worried about inflation, which makes everything more expensive, or even deflation, which can signal a weak economy. Energy costs, tariffs, trade wars, immigration policies, and problems with getting goods from suppliers. All of these can impact a company, especially one in the real estate and housing sector. It's like a domino effect. If one of these happens, it can cause a chain reaction. For a real estate company, natural disasters are a massive risk. Hurricanes, earthquakes, floods, wildfires, these can destroy properties, lead to massive repair costs, and disrupt business operations for extended periods. They're basically saying our properties could literally get wiped out by nature. And finally, they acknowledge the risk of lawsuits. Legal battles can be incredibly expensive, even if the company eventually wins. An unfavorable outcome in a lawsuit can have serious financial consequences. Now, as for the exhibits, the most important one we're being told about is Exhibit 99.1, which is that investor presentation. This is the key document that will likely contain the detailed financial information and strategic outlook that Sun Communities wants to communicate. While this current report is really just a heads up, the investor presentation is where the real story will unfold. And at the very end, we see the signature block. This confirms that the report has been officially submitted on behalf of Sun Communities, signed by their Executive Vice President, Chief Financial Officer, Secretary and Treasurer Fernando Castro Caratini. This tells us that the company's top financial brass has reviewed and approved this filing. So what's the takeaway here? Sun Communities is about to drop an investor presentation, and this filing is just the official announcement. They're being upfront about some significant risks they're facing, from financing and rising costs to broader economic issues and natural disasters. They're also highlighting leadership transition as something to watch. But the real story, the one with the numbers and the detailed plan, is in that upcoming investor presentation. We'll have to wait for that to get the full picture of their financial health and future prospects. For now, it's a case of them setting the stage and telling us to pay attention to what's coming next. It's smart they're flagging the risks as it manages expectations, but it also means investors should be looking closely at how Sun Communities plans to navigate these challenges when that presentation lands. Alright, that's our breakdown of this Sun Communities filing. What are your thoughts on these forward-looking statements and the risks they've highlighted? Let us know your take in the comments below. If you found this analysis helpful, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more straightforward explanations of these complex corporate documents. Also, join our Discord community to keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.